Copa picks. Last week you got our Euro picks, and now we're off to Copa here. Okay, let's go group by group here, Mosse. I'll give you my teams that are coming out, and then you give us your teams that are coming out. Group A, Argentina, Peru, Chile, and Canada. I have Argentina winning the group, and I have my good friends, led by Jesse Marsh up there in the Great White North, Canada coming in second. I got Chile third and Peru fourth. What do you got?
I have Argentina 1, Chile 2. I toyed with Canada, but ultimately I went with Chile because of the manager, Ricardo Gareca. He specialized in doing more with less. He got Peru to the 2019 Copa America final and to 2 other semifinals. He has great pedigree as a manager in this competition. I think he gets Chile out of this group.
Okay, Group B, Mexico, Ecuador, Venezuela, and Jamaica. I have my friends Mexico, as much as it pains me, actually coming good in the tournament. A different version of El Tri showing up in the tournament. They come out first from this group. And then more CONCACAF coming at you. I have Jamaica coming in second, which means Ecuador and the Vino Tinto finish third and fourth, respectively.
I have Ecuador 1, Mexico 2. I am super high on this Ecuador team. They're managed by Felix Sanchez, who coached Qatar at the last World Cup. Didn't fare so well, but kind of landed on his feet getting the Ecuador job. I love some of their personnel. I'm enamored with Kendry Páez, a teenager that's going to be heading to Chelsea when he turns 18. I think he's going to be one of the breakout stars of this tournament. If he was Brazilian, he's a guy we'd be talking about like we do Endrick. He's that good, but because he's Ecuadorian, flies under the radar a little bit. Obviously, Ener Valencia up front. We know his pedigree in major tournaments. Moises Caicedo in the midfield, Hincapié at the back. So they've got some players. I think they're the class of this group. And then I'm pretty down on Mexico, but they landed in a group that I think they can get out of. Although Venezuela can be frisky, I am going to put Mexico second and have them advance.
And you're not giving Jamaica any chance, huh?
I am not.
You think because they're just not good enough, or because the turmoil that we've seen?
Leon Bailey. I don't know what's going on there.
Okay, that's cool. All right, Group C, USA, Uruguay, Panama, and Bolivia. Again, I have the USA completely throwing out the results from before the tournament and finishing first. Keep in mind that they play Uruguay as the third game. So I got USA finishing first, then Uruguay, then Panama, then Bolivia.
I am a Marcelo Bielsa groupie, as you know. So
yes.
I have Uruguay winning this group and faring very well in the knockout stages, as you'll find out in a minute. And then the U.S. finishing second. Even Berhalter can't screw this up with Panama and Bolivia as the other 2 teams in the group. But yeah, Uruguay with Darwin Nunez up front, even some Suarez sprinkled in, guys like Valverde and Bentancur in the midfield, Araujo at the back. I think they're loaded and primed for a big summer.
All right, and Group D with your Brazil, Colombia, Paraguay, and Costa Rica. I have Brazil winning, and I have Colombia finishing second. I toyed with some things going on, a goal differential type of stuff happening with Colombia and Brazil, but I'm still going with Brazil and Colombia.
I agree. It's pretty much a jump ball between those 2 to win the group. I'm going to go Brazil 1, Colombia 2. Colombia now unbeaten in their last 22 matches. They haven't lost a game since February of 2022. Their all-time record is 27, which they achieved in the early 90s. That great team with Valderrama, Rincon, Asprilla, Leonel Alvarez, Andres Escobar, etc. So they could break that over the course of this tournament, depending on how far they go. But I do think they finish second in this group. Brazil advances as the group winner.
Okay, I'm going to take you through the quarters, semis, and finals, and then I'll come back and get your quarters, semis, and finals here. Okay, Argentina, we talked about going through, and Jamaica for their efforts of going through, which I put them through. They get to play Argentina. Argentina beats Jamaica. Mexico, in an all-CONCACAF affair, beats Canada. The USA gets a second bite at the apple after that horrendous pre-tournament drubbing 5-1 against Colombia, actually beats them in Copa America in the quarterfinals. And your Brazil beats, I know what yours is one of your favorites, Uruguay. So now I'm going to the semifinals. And this is where Greg Berhalter, the perception of him fundamentally and completely changes. This is his moment. This is his stand. I talked about him putting all of his cards and all of his chips in when it comes to Copa America and what this is. Well, we knew he was going to have a big result. And going over Colombia, that is certainly a big result. but it couldn't get any bigger, could it? Oh, yes, it could, Mosse. USA over Brazil in the semifinals of the 2022 Copa America, and Argentina over Mexico in the other semifinal, which gives us an Argentina versus USA final. And this is where the train ends for Greg Berhalter, but he's already playing with house money, as it were. Argentina beats the United States to win Copa America and defend their Copa America title.
I have in the quarterfinals Argentina beating Mexico. Whenever those two countries square off in the knockout stages of a major tournament, I always harken back to the 2006 World Cup round of 16. Zach Kenworthy favorite Maxi Rodriguez scored a famous goal, this left-footed volley to win the game.
But they play him well.
They do play him well.
Even if, on paper it looks like there is a big distinction from the two, I think that they rise to the occasion. I'm talking about El Tri relative to Argentina.
That's true. Then I have Ecuador beating Chile. Then other side of the bracket, I have Brazil beating the United States. If the U.S. were to knock Brazil out of a major tournament, I would not only quit this pod, I would probably move out of the country.
No, you don't need to quit that pod. Why are you doing that? Why are you saying that? No,
as anybody that's listening to this pod knows, I actually find this Brazil team to be quite vulnerable, so it's not at all outside the realm of possibility that could happen. I'm only joking.
But it's bad enough that your country of origin there would lose, but I don't want the State of the Union to lose out on this too. Okay.
Fair enough. I appreciate that. And then I have Uruguay beating Colombia. So that would set up Argentina v. Ecuador, Uruguay v. Brazil. In the semis, I have Argentina beating Ecuador. And then I didn't want to pick Argentina to win this tournament because that's boring. So I determined that the Brazil-Uruguay semifinal winner was going to be my pick to win the whole thing, to beat Argentina in the final. I went to bed thinking Brazil. I woke up this morning and switched it to Uruguay. So I have Uruguay beating Brazil in the semis and Argentina in the final and winning their 16th Copa America.
Love it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, cool. Well, we'll see if your Uruguay love pans out here when it comes to this summer. I love it. I love it. Well, it gives a lot of people out there something to dig their teeth into. And let us know what you think, because I'm sure that there are people out there that are banging their head and screaming and yelling and saying, this is ridiculous. How could you possibly pick it? Well, you know what? You got your own picks. So tell us what you think. You like that clip? Well, my State of the Union podcast drops twice a week right here on my very own YouTube page. The only way to stay up to date is to hit that subscribe button down below. Size the day, and see you soon.